What's up, YouTube? We're back with another Avatar Bronze to Mythic draft. We are in High Diamond, really close to making Mythic. Unfortunate news is we're kind of running out of time. We need a few good drafts in a row here to take us over the edge and crack Mythic before the season ends. So let's jump right in and see how we do. Give me something good. Oh, brother. Well, this is kind of a wild pack to consider. So first thing that jumps out to me is Day of the Black Sun. This card is really good. It has betrayed us on many a draft. We actually have a pretty clear track record of pack one picking this card and then having a terrible draft. Not sure why. It's a very strong rare with a very high win rate when played, but it just has not worked out well for us. Yui is fine. I actually think it may be worse than some of the other cards in this pack, even though it's the ever rare. One thing that jumps out to me right away is Aang is the only true white card in this pack. There's an Earth Kingdom soldier, but there's nothing really else to go with it. And Aang is really good. It's in the best color. It signals right away that white is off limits. It's mono pip. And as a result, I think I'm taking it here. I don't like taking Day of the Black Sun because I feel like it's very easy that either second or third pick is going to be the deadly precision that's in the pack. So like if we had taken Day of the Black Sun here, what the heck do we take? I could have taken Yui, but there were like 3 or 4 good blue cards in that pack. I think Aang and Yui are very close in power level. Here, I'm just gonna take one of the only white cards again over, dipping into blue, which I don't think is necessarily bad. I think Yui is better than Path to Redemption. I think blue is gonna be really closed off pretty quickly. So I'm gonna take this Path to Redemption and once again signal white ain't happening. So like if our opponent that we're passing to pack one pickle and like Appa, and then they get past the pack with no white cards, and they just get past the pack with the only white card being Raburu Troop, I wouldn't be the most excited if I was in their shoes. Here, for white cards, we have Razor Rings and Cat Owl, and Hebe. Hebe's been very okay. It can be good. It requires you to be on a wide board and then also have a board when it leaves the battlefield. It not having a keyword really hurts it. Not having vigilance or trample or reach or flying or just anything that makes this so that it can attack or block nicely hurts it. I do think it's better though than taking Razor Rings or Cat Owl here. I haven't gotten a lot to play with this card, but I think it's probably the best card for me here, so I'll take it. I'm not too attached to it. The nice thing about it is amongst the hybrid cards, it has 2 pips. A good number of the hybrid cards have 3, or they have 2 pips, or they're just 2 mana, and that's kind of hard to do as well. Ebe, very reasonably, if you're white and something else that's not black, you can cast it on turn 4 still. Alright, we didn't take the Day of the Black Sun, but a 4th pick Heartless Act is quite the signal. This is a fantastic removal spell in black, and the next best cards are pretty far away, in my opinion, right? Like we have Rocky Rebuke, which isn't bad, but it's much worse than Heartless Act. We have It'll Quench You and Waterbending Lesson, which are both pretty good. Dragonfly Swarm's legit, but it's double color outside of our colors. And Fire Nation Trip Palace, which is basically a trap. So I'll take the Heartless Act here. Maybe we're like white, black. Blue seems quite open. A Fire Nation attacks 5th pick, I view as a signal, as I do for Hama. Hama, though, being triple black seems difficult. Versus, I mean, the problem with Fire Nation attacks is it's not a lesson and it doesn't make allies, so it doesn't really do a lot of what white wants to do. It's just good. And I like taking cards that are just good. I'm not against that. Hama is a consideration. It is really strong. And everything else here, I think, is too far away. I don't like Pirate Paladins at all. I don't like Curious Farm Animals or Raburu Troop. I'll take the strongest card out of the pack and just see where we go. Here we have an Avatar Enthusiast, Battle Fan, and a Kyoshi Warriors. Kyoshi Warriors is the better card of the 3. Kyoshi Battle Fan always makes the deck. Aang airbends a non-land permanent, which works well with the Kyoshi Battle Fan. Honestly, Kyoshi Battle Fan's been just really good. Gives you 2 things to sack with Hebe, or Haibai. Problem is, so does Kyoshi Warriors, and Kyoshi Warriors is much better. We do have a lot of fours actually already. Aang and Haibai. I'm gonna take the Battle Fan here. I've been really impressed with this card. It just does a lot in a lot of decks. Here we're getting a 7th pick Freedom Fighters, a 2nd Meteor Sword, yuck. Boss Day's 7th pick is quite the signal though. I think it's shockingly better than Boomy's Bash. And Treat Up Freedom Fighters, it's very okay. Lost Days is not very okay. It's excellent. So I'm gonna take it here. No, I'm not taking a Secret Bloodbending with intent to play it. I could take it with intent to take 40 gems. You control target opponent during their next combat for 4 blue, and then if you waterbend 10, you just control their whole turn, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's a cool card. It just doesn't really do anything for us. Swamp Snare Trap's been very okay. I think I'll just take 40 gems here. We're pretty open right now. We're not really sure what we're doing. Okay, Yui Wheeling is the signal that literally no one is playing blue. That's crazy. So I'm going to take that here. This is a weird pack. Earth Rumble Wield? That shouldn't happen. I don't like this card, but that shouldn't happen. I'm going to take the Plane Cycler over it. We have no green cards. I don't think that's really a thing I'm pivoting into at this point. Looks like I'm like maybe blue-green. Or, sorry, blue-white. Maybe blue-white-black. Rumble Arena can help with that, being a scry. Cat Owl's very filler. I'll just take the scry. I'm going to say red hasn't looked great. Maybe that was like a really red heavy pack. Yip's a great signal. I like that card a lot. So for black, we essentially just have Heartless Act because Hebe can just be mono white if I need to. And for blue, we have Yui and, whoop, go back, Lost Days. 2nd Raburu Troop. I'm more likely to, I don't want to even give people the idea that white is open. I want to play Aang for sure. Well, now we're getting Invasion Submersible, and that is a slam dunk. There's a Sokka and a Lightning Strike for whoever is red. Red has seemed weird that we got Fire Nation attack so late, but after that, it just dried up instantly. Invasion Submersible is amazing. I think it cements us into white-blue, at least for now. Oh my lord almighty. It's Hakoda and 2nd Invasion Submersible. Hakoda right now casts Yui and Aang. But we're going to take a bunch of allies now for sure. I don't even think I want to play Hebe anymore. Our top end is fantastic. We just want every ally we can find now, and we're going to cut black. We're just white-blue. Team Avatar ain't an ally, but it sure does go in this deck. Unfortunately, I think Invasion Submersible, or not Invasion Submersible, I think Octopus Form's better. We aren't going to have a lot of creatures, and the creatures we're going to have are fantastic, like Hakoda, and protecting them is super important. Not having a lot of creatures also makes Team Avatar a lot worse, so I think Octopus Form is the pick here. It's also a lesson if we end up getting like lessony things. Unfortunately, Kyoshi Battlefan can't be cast on off of Hakoda, so that makes it a little bit worse than if we had taken the whatchamacallit, Kyoshi Warriors. But pretending Poxbearers over Enter the Avatar State. Enter the Avatar State is very good. I actually kind of like Octopus Form better most of the time. But pretending Poxbearers being castable, being an early play. We need early plays right now. I don't want to play this Raburu Troop unless I have to. This is the deck where we are right now. Hey, they could make the deck. It's not an ally, which I don't love, but, you know, we can make it be pretty good. For allies, there's a Wandering Musicians here. For lessons, there's a Waterbending Lesson. Waterbending Lesson's really good. These are all 4-drops. Waterbending Lesson's really good. But I think having more allies is going to be important. This is just not really the ally we want right now. I'm going to take a Waterbending Lesson. This card, having one of this card in your deck is just amazing. It makes it so that you never really feel quite out of it. Like, you could draw Waterbending Lesson if you flooded into a whole bunch of options. Versus Wandering Musicians, it's just kind of like a big dude. You want wandering musicians with a bunch of token generations, ideally, or flyers, of which we don't really have a lot of either. I could take it here. I think this is an easy It'll Quench You, though. Help us sustain through the early game. It'll Quench You has been a total overperformer. We're on ally watch. I will take basically any ally that costs 3 or less over most other things. Hakoda by himself is still pretty solid. He's a 4-mana 3/5 vigilance. And he gives all creatures you control O5 and indestructible. So if I do have like a non-ally creature in Invasion Submersible, for example, or Raburu Troop or Hebe, it does still give them the indestructible if they try to target it and kill it. But yeah, Hakoda's real good. Our rares aren't crazy though, Hakoda and Yui. They're both fine. Yui, more so than anything else, is just a really efficient flyer. I have yet to see anyone cast a card off of Yui, including myself, and I've played with it a few times. But John Jung's Deserters here is exactly the kind of thing we're looking for. Early ally plays. First time flyer, easy over the blue-white land. That's actually one of the best allies for our deck, given that we have 1, 2, 3 early lessons and then 2 late lessons to make it a pretty consistent 2, 3 early. Or at least by the mid game, right? A lot of 4s here. I'm liking it. I would love a few more 2s and 3s. Some cards that would be nice that are very reasonable to pick up this late are like Glider Kids, the 2-drop that when it becomes tapped, you scry one and gain a life. Stuff like that, I would very happily take at this point. I've seen a lot of good stuff going around. Sokka is not one of those cards, but I'm not playing an Earth Kingdom Soldier. It's not an ally. It's another top end card. It's like super fine. I'll take my 20 gems here in Sokka. Just take it, not look back. Energy Avatar State and Yip Yip both wheeled. For previously stated reasons, I think Energy Avatar State is better. I have less creatures, and the creatures I have are really impactful. So hexproof is a big deal. I'm not playing this Crashing Wave, but I'll take it to signal blue not really being there. I'll just take an Azula Always Lies, I guess. I don't know. There's a couple black cards I could open that I would play black for with what we already have. Like the Prison Rioter, the 3-mana 3/3 ally that exiles out cards from graveyards, and then you can cast allies when he attacks that he's exiled. I would totally splash for that card in this deck, and maybe even get like Heartless Act in with him. Or I could just open a second Hakoda. They don't really synergize with each other because they're both legendary, but having 2 of them means it's much more likely in games that I'll see 1 of him. And then from this pack, we could have a bunch of things wheel that we like. I don't think it's reasonable to expect Master Paku to wheel. I think Jung Jungsters or Forecasting Fortune Teller could wheel. So that's what I would like to see. One of these 3, right? Like 7 cards need to be taken in White Lotus Reinforcements, Foggy Swamp, True Ancestry, Master Paku. That's 4. One of these can be taken. That's 5. So we need someone to want like Earth Kingdom Ruffians and Otter Penguin, right? So I think it's reasonable. But I'm obviously taking Hakoda here. Slam dunk. Whoa. The Earth King and Toph, both allies. Earth King's pretty amazing, but not really something we can splash. There's also an allies at last in this pack. This is crazy. Obviously, our person passing to us is not playing green. We have no fixing outside of Rumble Arena, though. I think this is an easy invasion reinforcements, and it's not really close. It's just crazy. I mean, there's 3 amazing green cards in this pack. So every green player at the table is getting something primo. I think allies at last is primo. Teo's good, but we have so many 4s already. I'd rather have an early 2. Oh my goodness. They are not playing green. We're getting an Aang Swift Savior. I don't think I've even gotten to draft this card. It's insane. This card is insane. If I was trying to think of what card for my deck would I want to open, it's this card. Like this is, I think I'd, like Appa maybe is better, but that's about it. Like that's the best card I could open for my deck. It, what is happening right now? If we were red green or just even green, this is insane. How do you see all this and not pivot into it? Okay, processing. There's a boomerang basics for our deck that lets me bounce Aang, Invasion Reinforcements, Zhongzhongs, Kyoshi Battle Fan, all decent things to bounce. I think I want just an ally though in Compassionate Healer, just another 2-drop that wants to be tapped. I think that's better than Boomerang Basics here. Our interaction is pretty terrible actually, but not much I can do about it. Second Lost Days helps a lot with that for sure. I think it's a lot better than Ember Island production. Island production can make a second Hakoda, but the ability already does its thing. The best thing it could probably target is Aang or Aang, but Lost Days is going to help us a lot in the mid to late game, not getting blown out by just really aggressive decks. Master Pyonda also kind of helps the first strike and being able to get pretty deep into our deck looking for allies and lessons is going to help a lot. We have basically a complete deck here. I don't think I'm ever running 2 Energy Avatar states and an Octopus form. Seems a little much. I think I'd rather have a Cat Owl. I don't like this card. It's not an ally, but it's a creature and a flyer, and as a result, it could make my deck. Barrels or Boomerang Basics? I've been really impressed by Barrels as a late game removal spell, early game fixing piece, very non-committal, helps with water bending a lot, which we have a decent amount of. I'm actually going to take Barrels here over Boomerang Basics. I think Boomerang Basics is fine. I just don't think it's good enough. Wow, Master Paku wheeled, but the other 2-drops didn't. I guess we have a sneaky second win condition in Master Paku. And here, I think Hebe and Raburu Troop are not making the deck right now. I think Wandering Musicians is better than Cat Owl by a long shot because it is an ally. And we wield North Pole Patrol. We have 1 cut in this deck right now, but that is a great one as well to help us get to our later game. Untapping a land is pretty great, and being able to water bend is pretty great, so the card is pretty great. We have 1 cut, no, 2 cuts to make if we're playing 24. This may be a 17 land special. It's definitely close. In which case, we need to cut 2 things still. 24 cards, 17 lands. It's the 41 card special, of course. Really tough to figure out what we're going to cut. I'm going to do it on the screen with all the cards. Let's see here. Nothing in the sideboard really worth considering. Alright, what is even possibly on the chopping block? Like Wandering Musicians as kind of just like an okay 4-drop ally. Our 4-drop slot's pretty stacked though. I don't know how much I like it. Rowdy Snowballers has been good but not crazy. And we don't have any of the 1 mana this creature doesn't untap removal spell. My issue is I don't have a lot of removal spells at all. Like our removal is Aang, North Pole Patrol can kind of lock something down, Invasion Submersible, other Aang, 2 Lost Days, a Barrels, and a Path. Alright, I have a little bit more removal. But if we look at like actual hard removal, it's just the Barrels and Path to Redemption, right? I guess Ill-Quench can be hard removal, right? Everything else is like airbend or shuffle away. Although Lost Days kind of finds itself in the middle often, right? I think my 2 cuts are Rowdy Snowballers and Wandering Musicians now that I pulled the removal out of the deck. It's 2 allies, which I don't like doing, but there's no like non-allies we would be cutting. I think the 2 protection spells for Hakoda is great. Play Hakoda with a mana up. They try to kill him. We protect him. We untap with Hakoda. We get to do all the things. Right? That's kind of the goal. All right. So I think that's the deck here. I think this is a 17 land deck. We really want to be getting 4 mana, and we have a lot to do once we have more than 4 mana, right? Like once we're at higher mana values, we're casting Lost Days and cracking the clue. We're playing things off the top. We're water bending and casting stuff for free from our hand. Yui waterbending 5 to cast Lost Days seems pretty crazy. But yeah, that's the deck. Let me know in the comments how you think this will do. Oh, and if you've been enjoying the content, please give this video a like and consider giving the channel a subscribe. We're super close to our goal of hitting 50 subscribers. So I would really appreciate it. All right, let's jump right in. Game 1 on the play. I have an Quenchia, I have a Master Paku, and I have my 4-drops. Or 4-drop in Kokoda. So we have 4 draws to find our 4th land. I'll play Pretending Poxbearers instead of holding up Quenchia on turn 2. I could play Master Paku, but I feel like that's just begging for it to be removed. I want to play Mountain Lightning Strike or whatever, then I'm sad. Yuyan Archers deal. Ooh, that's nice. That is quite nice. They discarded a land, so we know they have 3 mana available next turn. 3 mana in red-black is a little inefficient. There's not a lot of cards I'm too afraid of, because Swamp Snare Trap is like not the most exciting red removal spell, or black removal spell. It's very likely that they play just some creature combination here, and then next turn they're going to try and do fun stuff, or they use their mana inefficiently, like Lightning Striking now. Makes sense to me. I'm obviously going to trade if they offer it, and they don't, so I just get to play Hakoda. They just used removal. Awesome. We have a land on top for Master Piandao next turn if we want to play it. We also have barrels up next turn. Cave of Two Lovers. That's pretty good. House. House. I assume they're still not attacking. I mean, Hakoda eventually kind of runs away with it. Another land on top's not exciting, but it's clear they didn't have a removal spell this turn, because otherwise you kill Hakoda. So I will play my land. I could trade Hakoda for everything on their board, or offer that trade. I don't think I want to. I think Hakoda is worth more than Yuyan Archers and 2 1/1s. I just want to get Mr. Piandao down, because he can start attacking. Honestly, I think Mr. Piandao is probably a bigger threat right now, being it's a first striker and pretty hard to shut off. Bandit attachments, deal. Discarding another land. They're moving through their lands. They just went and got one, so they have 3, 4, 5, 7 lands seen. So at most they have 10 lands left. Epic Downfall is an exile effect. I can't protect it. Yes. Well, now we're going to be holding up Quenchia. Seems like they have a Lightning Strike. That is a good thing to know I have on top. And now I can go to combat. If they want triple block, I'll barrels. And they lose everything. Okay. This is just on board. I like this. So essentially, sacking my barrels cleared their board. It could mean that they have a board clear in hand. Not much I can do if that's true. But it's very clear to me that they have a firebending lesson. Okay. Playing this out tells me they don't have a board clear. If they attack with a swamp, it's kind of a free attack, because I know they have firebending lesson, so I'm not blocking. Problem for them is I'm top decking waterbending lesson here. Oh my goodness, this is just so good. And then I play waterbending lesson. Still haven't played a land this turn. No land, huh? I don't want that land, I don't think. So I will tap 2 to keep all the cards and gain a life, and scry this land to the bottom. We've got plenty more lands in the deck to hit. There's one of them. We're not attacking here because I don't have any tricks up my sleeve. Next turn we can Invasion Submersible like the 1/1 token. Ah, Lightning Strike, sure. We got our value out of it. I'm surprised they didn't do that in response to me casting Waterbending Lesson, since I feel like it's pretty obvious that I'm going to want to tap it to do the thing. Well, this is going to be a blowout. I do not want to cast the second Hakoda off the top, thank you. I will just bounce this. I'll play It'll Quench Ya. Or I'll hold up It'll Quench Ya. I get to go to combat for a free 3. Start chipping in. This game feels pretty locked in now that I have a second Hakoda as well. Alright. One more land, Day of the Black Sun, is good enough, right? Like, it kills everything, including my Pretending Poxbearers not getting a card through. Well, I can't Vindictive, or I can't quench that. That's pretty fun. No attacks. Holding up 2 mana again. I shall activate this, tapping like this. I'll quench basically whatever they want to play here. My turn. Off the top, North Pole Patrol. Deal. It's free real estate. How do I want to do this? I think I move the Battle Fan onto Invasion Submersible and then just attack with it as a 4/3. The reason I do this is it makes it so they can't block with like Vindictive Warden and a 1/1, and then I can only kill Vindictive Warden. This now means they can only block with the Swamp for it to trade 1 for 1. Which I'm pretty fine with. Pump Spell. Lightning Striking my 2/3 that taps things. I could sacrifice a Coda here to protect it, and my Invasion Submersible then lives. So I'm sacrificing Hakoda for both cards. I actually kind of like this. Because I have a second Hakoda coming down. They obviously don't know that, but I have It'll Quench You for the 5-drop if that's what they want to play this turn. Judy, sure. And then just pass through. In that case, I will play second Hakoda, holding up It'll Quench You. Yeah, I think I still attack with Invasion Submersible here. I want to take things off their board so Judy doesn't get to do Judy things. Yeah, sure. I'll 2 for 1 there. And do I even want to spend the mana to do this? Not really. I'll just end my turn. And I'm going to put a stop on their upkeep. And the reason is I am going to Waterbend 3 and tap Judy. Because this is only as a sorcery, so they cannot respond to this by using Judy. I don't want them to play something that wants to be sacked and then sack it for value off of Judy. They did finally get the mana to play Rough Rhino underneath my counterspell. I accept this. I'd really like to stop drawing lands. 17 land specials feeling pretty lame right now, I must say. I guess we get this on the flyer right away for next turn. And yeah, if they want to use Rough Rhino, is that better or worse than tapping Judy? I guess I would rather let them do the Judy thing and then just tap Rough Rhino, because then I can start attacking with like Kokoda. If they're spending their turn doing Rough Rhino, they're going to be much tighter on mana. A3, 1, 2, 3. It's funny because at this point I'm like trying to almost like give the impression that I have It'll quench you and force them to play awkwardly. It turns out that I do, but that's kind of fine. They can spend their mana like just... Oh. No. I mean, I figured that was obvious. I can't believe they actually just played that into this. It's deal 4 to anything. They can kill Yui. Never didn't have it. Sure did. Get the spread. We're going to have another land on top for next turn. Oh my goodness. Aang Swift Savior on top. And then I can Waterbend 8 at instant speed. Well, I definitely want to play my land then. And I'll go to Combat. Swing for 7. Ding, ding. And I'm just going to pass my turn. I have an Aang Swift Savior on top. Yeah. You may cast ally spells. It doesn't say during your turn. So I can, in response, Airbend. I will Airbend my own Yui. Because airbending their thing doesn't really work. Yeah. Double Hakoda Aang is a pretty brutal deck to run into in Diamond. Let's keep it rolling. Game 1 in the books. Game 2, rock and roll. No, Barrel's pulling some weight. Oh man. I saw this hand and I was like, really, deck? 2 colors, 17 lands. But, ooh, non-basic lands enter tapped. Do I just have to redemption that? It kind of just doesn't really matter, right? Red, white. I think I just invasion reinforcements and double block it. Or actually, I think I probably just take 2, right? I'm threatening to flip Aang like the very next turn. Sure. There's no sorcery speed red thing, so if they have a firebending lesson, they're using it anyway. Now we're just holding up Aang. I do whatever I want with this. Oh. So if I play Aang, it costs 8 to flip. I'll play a mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? I'll be 1 short to be able to attack with it, but I will be able to flip it. I think I just double block the Deserter's Disciple. See if they have a trick. Nope. Okay. And they just pass? I kind of want to get Aang down, right? Yeah, I'll just get Aang down. If they lightning strike it, I get to waterbending lesson next turn because they'll have no board. Seems like a lightning strike. Yeah, there wasn't really a way to do this then. I accept. Especially since I now just get to slam a waterbending lesson on an empty board and draw 3 lands. Okay. That's disgusting. I'm already feeling like I should cut a land. I mean, what is this, right? Like, Oh, well, I drew Hakoda. I like playing Hakoda here. I have all removal in the real world, and Zhao just isn't really a real threat. Aang on top. Good to know. If they Path to Redemption this, I can Aang it to save it. Earth Kingdom Jailer. You got it. You know I have a barrels in play, right? What to do, what to do. I guess I just play Aang and give them back the Earth Kingdom Jailer. I can just replay it, but I want to know if I have something on top I can cast. Alright. Knowing that's there is helpful. It means I have another dead draw. So next turn we're probably going to barrels the Earth Kingdom Jailer. Another Lightning Strike or Combustion Technique. Firebending Lesson. Yeah, that's fine. Pass. Zhao has Menace, so they replay Earth Kingdom, Jailer. I let them take it. Play the Fire Nation attack. They have 8 mana already, and we drew a land off the top, because of course we knew that was there. Well, we have to blow this up. Another land on top. Awesome. This is getting pretty dumb. What is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands in the top 16? Or top 17? Pretty lopsided, I would say, Arena. They're also drawing all the lands. Actually, that land is 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. I would have attacked. Trade 1 for 2. Because you're just letting me get a Zhang's Deserters for free. Oh yeah, this gets out of hand really fast. This gets it out of range of a kicked Firebending Lesson, so I do think I put it on Hakoda. And we now have a Master Paku off the top. We have Invasion Submersible for next turn. Go to combat. Go to Conquer counter. It just makes it so that non-basic lands are mountains. Okay. You have to be careful, because I am getting low, but Hakoda has Vigilance. And then we're drawing Invasion Submersible next turn to bounce their other token. Hey, 9 mana means that they do get to play the Fire Nation attacks. Yeah. A lot of lands, but we're battling through the flood with just premium cards. That's 2 games in a row where it's felt pretty bloodsy. Turn 1 barrels, eventually play turn 4 Hakoda. On the draw, I think this is keepable. That definitely helps. Play barrels. We can play island and just not really let them know our second color at all. I guess I just play Zhang's Deserters. No, we play Invasion here. I don't want them to have a lesson. Knowledge Seeker. It's pretty good. You get him for 1. I'll be getting him for 2. Just kidding. Aang Swift Savior goes crazy. I guess I'll attack with the token. Yeah, Aang Swift Savior is probably game winning here. Depending on what they do and how they attack. Pass. I flash in Aang Swift Savior. You have the counterspell. It's mono blue. Accumulate Wisdom. Try to find the counterspell. Either way, first time flyer becomes a 2/3 now. So I will... Do I bounce my own invasion reinforcements? No. Tempo's good. And I'll block. make them replay. Yep. And then mana-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 up. I can play Hakoda, but I actually think I prefer playing Zhongzhong's Deserters on Aang Swift Savior, and then going to combat with a 1/1 again, and holding up Iroquentia and Octopus Form. If we draw a land, it means that I can play Hakoda with Octopus Form up. Oh, they have a second color. No mono blue for you. I think I quenched this. And then we flip Aang and win. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bounce Aang. Eh. Eh. You're just giving me back Aang? I mean, now I just play Hakoda. Invasion Submersible on top. Awesome. Attack like this. You got me for 2 in the air, friend. Now you have to deal with my other rare. Yui's pretty good. I'm gonna bounce that. For sure. Uh-huh. Blue, red up. It's on top. Oh, I want to play that so bad. It's free real estate. I just don't think I can. I just don't think I can. When I could instead play Aang on Yui here, which is super duper mana efficient. So we pay 3. We're left with 2 lands, and then 5 creatures and the barrels. So that's 8. So we can then waterbend Aang and flip him. And we're playing under the, what's it called? Iroquentia this way. And we're holding up Octopus Form. I can only attack with Hakoda though, because I need all the creatures to waterbend Aang. Oh no, it's Yui again. And land. Second, accumulate wisdom. Scary. It's a really good deck. Third, accumulate wisdom. Please don't. Lightning strike. That's not how you think this is gonna work, friend. I let them get in for 5, but then this flips now. GG. We have Invasion Submersible. Yeah, this is just insane. That don't work how you think it works. Warband 8 at instant speed. We're in Diamond Tier 1! The home stretch! Ooh, that's not a hand I'm super excited to keep on the draw. We can get to the mid game, we're fine. Yeah, I think I gotta keep this with a Rumble Arena turn 1 to help me find either a Plains or just something I can play on turns 1 through 4. First time flyer is fantastic. Aang Swift Savior is too good to put away. We're gonna play first time flyer, and then we'll be holding up Yip Yip on turn 3. And on turn 4, we'll be holding. Oh, that's great for me. Yeah, take a turn off, please. Because we could just draw Plains right here, and that's pretty fine. Glider Kids, sure. Oh, we just drew the Plains. Sick. I think I just hold up Aang Swift Savior here, and Yip Yip. They try to, like, lightning strike my first time flyer. 4 color. Is this Shrines? Are we actually doing Shrines? Second Glider Kids. Deal. No attacks. I'm going to tempo this out. I'm fine with them getting extra scries. And it seems like they have a Yip Yip of their own. Or they have the, whatchamacallit, hexproof, or first strike hexproof, blah, 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 blah. I could hold up Yip Yip. I think I just want to get down Yui. Just all flyers all the time. And say go. Next turn we'll have Lost Days and Yip Yip up and flipping Aang. You have to kill Aang. Boom meets Bash, sure. But now I have Yui available for free. I play the land. I need to make sure I'm holding up, because this taps itself to do the thing. So I need to hold up 5 mana worth of stuff. Which means if I play Zhongzhong's Deserters, on Yui, and then attack with only Yui, I'm holding up exactly 5 mana for Lost Days. Okay, so they don't have Yip Yip. I think they have the first strike, hexproof, yada 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 yada. Sure. Which means I may want to Lost Days my own thing here eventually. Oh. Well, if they're just gonna give it to me, I will activate this ability. I'll cast Lost Days on some warriors without paying its mana cost. They put it second from the top, of course. Now I don't really need to worry about all the things because we spent our big card. I move this over to this. I go to combat and I attack with 7 mana of flyers. I'll trade a Glider Kids for a first time flyer here. Okay. GG. Never didn't have it. Well, Airbender's Wrath is a hard reset. But that's about it. That's all that I'm really worried about. GG. It was a valiant fight, but too many good rares. Yui really did the thing. I got to cast a spell off of Yui. I've never gotten to do that. It's so fun. We're 4-0. Let's keep it rolling. Do. First time flyer, enter the Avatar state, and then eventually playing Hakoda and Master Piandao. Sure. Sign me up. Island. And then first time flyer. Off of plane to plane, so we just being friends. Island Swamp. Boo. Boring. We drew the 4th land. It's a really big deal. Well, we have all the protection spells in the world. Definitely want to play planes so that I can hold up both my protection spells. Okay. I do not attack. I will simply Yip Yip and block. And then maybe they have like a second thing and they're like, haha, I got you. Yip Yip. Deal. Messenger Hawk. Sure. If I draw a 3-drop here, I'm probably going to play it. Nope, Neverland means I do need to just slam a Hakoda. And hope they don't have a removal spell here. We have a Barrels on top. That's an interesting draw. Eventually really good. If they make me discard 2, I think it's land, enter the Avatar state. I have no use for my graveyard. They could have Raven Eagle. So I actually think it's better that it's exiled, because I don't want them Raven Eagling it. Weird, but fair. And now that I have a barrels on top, I'm going to make a really interesting play. I think I hold Master Peon Dao a turn to guarantee that I can protect it. And I will attack here, holding up the Avatar state. But yeah, I want to be able to protect Master Peon Dao. It seems like they probably have decent removal, given they locked in, sold out. They're blue-black, right? Their deck is going to have a decent amount of removal just generally. If they have a removal spell for first-time flyer, do I protect it? It's a really good question. Crack the clue. Sure. Pay the black to get Wolfbat back. Sure. We're holding up double blue. I don't like that. I don't think I have a choice, though. Please no, it'll quench you. You obviously didn't have it on previous turns. Next, no attack. Obviously, the 2/3 blocks the 2/2 incredibly well. And the Messenger Hawk only can attack if they drew additional card. We're holding up NRB Avatar state, so I'd love for them to play like a sold out and just not have a way to do anything with it. Another clue's pretty good. Looks like we're gonna get to start attacking with Mr. Peon Dao. Oh, sack the clue to destroy target creature. No thanks, I like my creature. And now it has flying and first strike. I play a land, and I definitely attack. Into Aang Swift Savior? Oh my lord. Good luck. Could have taken Yui, but I think Aang Swift Savior is incredible as a way to protect Master Peon Dao again. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Finality counter says if it was a good graveyard, exile it instead, so I can't Swift Savior to just exile it permanently, but that's okay. Don't really want to use Aang Swift Savior on a Messenger Hawk and give them a clue back either. I could block a first time flyer and then use it on my own thing. I can also just barrel something this turn. Pass. I will block and take 3. And then I'm just going to barrels the other Messenger Hawk. There's no instant speed hand hate. Corrupt Court Official, my land. Whatever will I do in this terrible situation? And then Barrels says goodbye, Messenger Hawk. We have Aang now, so feeling pretty good. Alright, let's start with attacking. And hit, wow, I can do Lost Days. I mean, Hakoda is just fantastic, right? Chump block, deal. And then I just play Hakoda. And turn. Holding up Aang again. They could Corrupt Court Official me and I'd have to discard Water Bending Lesson, which I don't love. But I accept that. Pirate Peddlers. Okay. Pass. Surely you don't attack. Okay. I will flash this in an attempt to block the wolf back because I can sacrifice a Coda to protect it. I got quenched! That's fine. That is super duper fine. My turn. Off the top is Path to Redemption. Great to know. I will Water Bending Lesson first then. Discarding a land. I would love to play North Pole Patrol here, but I'm just going to get it off of Master Peon Dao instead after I Pirate Peddlers this. Or Path to Redemption the Pirate Peddlers. And then we attack. Revealing, I don't think it'll quench you does a lot at this point in the game. 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I'll take my North Pole Patrol that I knew about. And hit a 2-drop. Fantastic. I play my 2-drop. Your turn. I'm giving them the opportunity to sack the Pirate Peddlers for value, but Meteor Sword, destroy target creature. You know. Is Hakoda better than Master Peon Dao right now? I don't think he is. I have a second Hakoda too. So yeah, we get to... let's see what we hit off Master Peon Dao. He has to block that. Just kidding, he's just dead. Master Peon Dao's crazy. Yeah. Hakoda was good, but in that board state, Master Peon Dao was better. Wow, this deck is good. I mean, my rares are absurd. What are we now? 5-0. This definitely helps us get to Mythic before the end of the month. Alright, game 6. Barrel's really pulling weight in this draft. Wow. Every time I play with this card, my assessment of it just goes up. Like, I'm going to flash into 1/1s against black for sure. Judy. Oh, we're going to bounce that. Set him back pretty far. Donk. Now I want to attack for only 1, because I'll then be able to turn this into a 3/3. So I'm trading 1 damage to be able to turn Evasion Submersible into a creature. I think that's a good deal. Merchant of Many Hats, sure. So lands are good draws, but we don't even really need them per se. I think I just make this a 4/4 and start slamming. I doubt they're blocking. We have a protection spell if they want to sacrifice the merchant to kill the invasion submersible. I probably assume that's game over if that's what happens here. Canyon Crawler to cycle and then play Judy. Tending Poxbears, slightly better. Pass. My turn. Path to Redemption there. And then attack with everybody holding up the untap effect. They can chump block or trade, and they get a 1/1 for my 1/2, but I also deal 6 to them this way. They don't necessarily immediately have a way to use the merchant, and if we draw a land, I can just exile it. Zao? Not a good card. Alright, I think land just wins it here with barrels or lost days. No land. Bummer. They're at 9? I guess I just attack with everything? No, I just attack with the invasion submersible. They can try and double block to kill it. Or if they take 4 and I just play the battle fan and pass. They're tapped out, so I'm not, worried about much. I'm basically saying invasion submersible's done its job. I'll trade my invasion submersible for those, and then this is just a complete blowout. It means my dude lives, and both of their things die. I do lose out on the protection spell, but they haven't had removal for all of these turns, assumably. They just spent turn 4 playing a creature that doesn't do anything. So they could be missing a color. They could be red, right? Like, playing Zao by itself seems a little bold. That's a bad draw. I attack with everybody. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage total. They can chump a 1/1. Would I sack a 1/1 here to deal 1 damage to them? I don't think I would. Not with 2 removal spells in hand and a battle fan in play. Put it on the invasion reinforcements and pass. Yeah, 5th land I feel like seals this game wherever we get it. Red could help them a lot here. They could have like the Fire Nation attacks. That makes 2 things. Zerder's Disciple, first red spell, whatevs. Swamp Snare Trap, make it a 1/1. Still can't attack. This can attack though. You want to see a cool... This is a cool play. I think that should go away. And, oh, I have 5 damage again. They had to block the invasion submersible for that to, for them to not die. That's a tricky trick. Most people don't play around that. That was a fun one. All right, we're 6-0. See if we can crack it. 7-0. Bang, bang, bang. You know, we were talking about how last draft I went 4-3. If I had gone 5-3, then technically, if I went 7-0, I could have gotten to Mythic. We're now 6-0 on our next draft. So, that one game, ooh, on the play with invasion reinforcements, Hakoda, and Yip Yip. Yeah, I think this is a keep. Not exciting keep, but we can always just top deck barrels. I mean, the best card in our deck is now an island. But that means we can cast Hakoda on turn 4, and we have a play for blue cards. This is where running 17 lands feels good. We could hit a Rumble Arena. That's our 17th land, essentially, right? Oh, we got a Mulligan. It's a good start. This never happens to me. Alright, they keep 6. I accept. Give me an island. That is like the worst draw. A blue card that is only good early. Ooh, Professor Zay is scary. Well, I'll attack. I'll play Invasion Reinforcements, and I'll attack with both. Island! Yes, please. I'm obviously yip-yipping if they block. I don't think I should just for free give them all the filtering they want. And I'm actually going to play Eloquentia on a future turn. Very possible they kept a hand on the mulligan where they expected to be able to draw a discard with Professor Zay. Wow, Grixis. Okay. Master Paku, no! Alright. I play... Problem is, Yui dies to Lightning Strike, which I think is a very possible card. It also dies to Swamp Snare Trap. Hakoda, at this mana value, only dies to premium removal spells. So that's what I will play. Land on top is nice to know. Although I think I'm going to be holding up Eloquentia. Like here, even Boomy's Bash doesn't kill it. So they either need 2 removal spells or exactly a indiscriminate removal spell. Oh my goodness, that is such a good rare. Into Epic Downfall? Okay. Well, we're getting our value. Play a land, attack with everybody. I can't stop the Epic Downfall from coming down. But ideally, I will be able to Quench something this turn. We have a Path to Redemption for Roku. As long as I don't have 8 mana in play. Barrels is pretty good here too, wow. I need to use the thingy though. The Epic Downfall. I will sacrifice Hakoda. They could have other removal spells and don't want them to be able to use them this turn. They could have Raven Eagle, which I'm giving them a creature in the graveyard for, but can't much do to play around that. And hold up, it'll quench ya. I can play Yui, attack with the 2/1/1s, and hold up, it'll quench ya. That is a choice. Or I could just get him for 4. I assume they're gonna barrels her. I guess I have to do this first, so that if they have it'll quench ya, I can protect it. I just attack with everybody. We gotta burn them out. It costs 8 to make a dragon, which they're pretty far away from. So if I Path to Redemption Roku, I don't have to exile them immediately because they don't have 8 mana this turn or next turn. I assume they're just gonna barrels the Yui. It's a 3/3 flyer. But that's their whole turn if it's what they're doing. Oh, they have a Fire Nation Cadets. That's actually relevant here. Oh, and we got Aang. Get wrecked, opponent. You should have killed Yui while you had the chance. What a flub. Dink dink. And then they barrels the Yui. Oh. Well, I'll just quench that instead. Deal. So now you can barrels something. Wow, that was such a blowout. It'll quench you, man. It'll quench you. What do they do here? They need like a board clear. If they have a board clear, then I just have Aang for the follow-up. Problem is barrels after the board clear is pretty bad for me. Oh, they can firebend to make 8/8 now. Yeah, no blocks. Or you can firebend to make a 4/4 off of Avatar Roku. But Aang Swift Savior airbend that, and it's like GG. But this also gives them the mana to use barrels. And potentially something else. Heartless Act, and then we're still holding up barrels. Okay. Ooh, choosing not to hold up barrels. Instead to kill the 2/3 now. But now I just exile Avatar Roku instead of using Aang. I'm going to keep the land in hand. I don't want them to play a Corrupt Court Official, and then I'm really sad. Firebending Lesson, last card. I hit you for 1 down to 2, so now you can't attack. And I airbend unless you play a creature. Alright, now I play the land, right? Well, nope. I'm still playing under It'll Quench Ya. I'll play Aang here. It'll Quench Ya doesn't do it. Last card has to be a removal spell or a creature with flash. Or a way to gain life, I guess. Another Firebending Lesson. Sold out on a 1/1 to survive. Alright, you have to top deck again, but I don't think there's anything that does it for you. You need a board clear here. A removal spell on a creature doesn't do it because I have Lost Days. Aang's got flying. 7/0. Give it to me. Oh, they did have exactly a board clear. Gross. I play Aang. I airbend nothing. Have another removal spell. That's what you need here. Lands, am I right? Dude, you just drew your 7th land. 19 cards in. I don't think that's a lands, am I right there? But that's our second 7-0. This deck is awesome. This is one of the most fun decks I think we've gotten to play, for sure. And we're going to trick the people with this YouTube video because it's going to be a shorter video, and we went 7-0. But man, this deck just has like nothing wrong with it. A slew of 2-drops, good removal, bomb, really good rares. I think Aang's really the only bomb rare. Hakoda's kind of incredible though. And then just great cards, right? Double Lost Days, bunch of lessons and the like. 1741 did us pretty well, hitting our fourth land consistently. That's the deck. We are now one away from Mythic. It means if we start the next draft with a win, it doesn't even matter if we go 1-3. That first win one means that we're in Mythic. So tune in tomorrow for that draft because it will very likely be the one that determines if we make Mythic. And I hope to see you there. If you've been having fun enjoying the series, please subscribe to the channel. It's been a blast doing this run, and I have a lot of things planned afterward. So if you'd like to see what the Vintage Cube Chef is up to, please give it a subscribe. And more importantly than anything else, I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.